What's up, world? It's me, Angel, and this is Fame Train TV, and I'm here with the legendary K-Rino, the wizard.
What's up?
What's up, K-Rino?
We
Welcome back.
We back. We back in the building.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me
I want to
again.
jump right into this. I want to talk about the Big Seven.
Right.
I'm so amazed and so impressed with how you did that, how you dropped 7 different albums at one time. That's amazing. That's phenomenal to me. So let me start off by asking you, like, before you got into it, what inspired you to even do it?
About 2 years ago, I just was wondering what it would be like if I just put 100 songs out on iTunes or something like that. I wanted to record 100 songs, just put them out. But I punked out and I didn't do it. I was like, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, the writing process. But close to a year ago, I decided to go ahead and do it. And I started writing 100 songs. I wanted to write 100 songs. Then I started calculating, saying, well, you know, I normally put about 14, 15 songs on each album I do. So how many albums would that divide into with those 100 songs? And it came out to be 7 if I used 14 on each one. But as I started writing, I said, no, I'm not going to do 100. I settled at 12 songs an album, which came out to be 84 songs.
Right.
So we did the 84, and that's what a 7. The 84 divided by 12 came into 7. So that's how it came about.
I'm laughing because I've heard you throw out so many numbers
Yeah.
in that past sentence. And
Yeah.
I actually read, I'm going to tell you what I read about you, K-Rino. I read that the number 84, the fact that you chose 84 songs was something spiritual or some significance?
The 7, you know, 7 is the number of God.
Okay.
And so that when the 7 wasn't something I set out to do. That's not a number I picked. It was brought to my attention, like, yeah, that's 7, man. That's the number of God. I was like, okay, well, that's cool.
Right.
So, okay, that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be 6. It's not going to be 8. It's going to be the 7. And that's how we settled on that. But it wasn't planned out, at least by me,
Right.
you know, in the beginning.
Okay. So tell me each album and what inspired you to write each one, the name, and...
Well, the albums in order. The first one is Universal Curriculum.
Okay.
The second one is Conception of Concept. The third one is Into the Iron Trap, which is my brain. The fourth one is The Wizard's Ransom, which is my nickname, The Wizard.
Right.
And that's a whole storyline to itself.
Right.
The fifth one is American Heroes. The sixth one is Welcome to Life. And number 7 is Intervention.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't that I wrote the first album and the second album. I just wrote all of the songs. Then I pretty
Placed
much,
them.
yeah, like
Oh.
puzzles, you know, based on the titles, the concepts of the albums.
Right.
I just matched certain songs because the concepts are so diverse. I got a lot. I'm talking about everything on these 7 albums. So
Right.
I wanted to make sure that to the best of my ability, I didn't forget anything. And I think I came close. But that was the goal, to make sure that anybody who sits down, if you're taking a long out-of-town trip, you'll hear something on each one of those albums that relates to some aspect of life.
Right. Now, you know, I've definitely heard a lot of the music. It's fire. It's some real lyrical damage that was done.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
know that.
Yeah,
So
gotta give 'em that.
what kept you going? Were there times that you wanted to just say, you know what?
Yeah.
You know.
I almost quit after 3 songs. I tell everybody all the time, you know, because at that time I was still on the 100 songs. So I was thinking like, well, you know what? I got 97 songs to go. I'm not gonna write that many songs. But I had to change my approach to say, instead of thinking about how much I have to go,
Right.
think about how many I've actually done.
Right. That's
And
a
once
better
I
way.
got to that mode,
Right.
when I got to 4 or 5, 20, 25, 30, forget what you're trying to get to, just do the work. And that's what I did.
Wow. I mean, the albums have been so well received.
Man, yeah,
I mean, if you don't know about the Big 7, and especially if you're from Houston, then you definitely got to get on that. And I'm just want to throw this out there too. If you are any media platform and you have not put K-Rino, the Big Seven, in your media outlet, especially here in Houston, that's just crazy. Because this is something that
you're
is
tripping with yourself.
Yes, this is historical.
Yeah.
I mean, K-Rino, you're legendary. 30 years in the game, right? If I'm not mistaken, 30 albums. Is that right? More than that?
It's like,
well, 37.
It was 30 before the 7. So we probably had like 36, 37 or something like
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, oh man.
That's so amazing.
You know, there's a long time in the game. I mean, you know, I wanted to make history. I wanted to do something nobody ever did.
Right.
And by the fact that I'm not on a major label, I don't have the so-called machine behind me.
Right.
Just as a inspiration to underground artists, independent artists, we got to make our own history.
That's right.
You know, we have to do things that will separate us from the rest of the people in the business. And I did the research to find out that nobody had ever not only did this many albums, but no one ever come close. Somebody did 4, but not 7.
Right.
So, and for those who might not know, we're talking 7 albums in one day. 7 brand new releases that dropped on the same day. New material, no recycles, no remakes.
Wow.
And that was the thing. We wanted to make sure that nobody had ever done this, and we was blessed to make it happen. When I say we, I'm talking about my engineers, which my homie Sniper and my brother K Water.
Right.
Because I couldn't do this by myself.
Right.
So I couldn't take the credit for it by
Right.
myself.
But still, I mean, that's just an amazing feat. That's just exceptional to me.
Yeah. Me too.
So I mean, that just shows the other artists like what a high standard you set for yourself.
And again, not to say that I put it's not a challenge to anybody to say, well, I did 7, now you try to do 8, because people were talking about a couple of artists that had dropped 2 albums in a week or 2 albums on the same day, and some of my own fans were like laughing at those artists, and I was like, well, nah, don't laugh at them, because I understand how difficult it is to make 1 album.
Right.
So I give anybody credit if you put out 2 at the same time, or 2 in a week, or 3 in a year. That's a lot of music that you have to sit down and create.
You're just being humble, but no one has done 7 albums at one time.
Nobody did 7.
I mean, it's amazing.
You know, to put together a quality album, because the danger of making 7 albums was that you got to make sure that it's just not quantity based. It's like, okay, well, you know, anybody can make that much music, but will the quality of the songs, will that suffer in your attempt to try to just release all that music?
There you go again. I mean, you're K-Rino. Everything you put out is fire. I mean, who is a better lyricist than you? Who can honestly say that?
It's a lot of great
you
ones out
blessed
there.
us with the 7 albums.
Out there. Yeah, you know, I'm thankful. You know, God blessed me to be able to make them. But it's a lot of great artists out there. You know, I was inspired by a lot of guys, but and it's still a lot of great lyricists out there, you know, that do. We just all have our own way of doing what we do. So, you know, if my name come up in the conversation, I'm like, cool, you know, just give me a mention, and you won't get no argument out of me.
You know, I read somewhere also the Guinness World Book of Record is.
Well, we gonna put an application in to see if they'll accept it as a record.
Because I don't believe that has ever been done.
No, it's never been done.
No.
And the reason why we want to put the application in is not just to have them to so-called validate us, to make us official. We're official without them. But it's to give it the notoriety.
Right, absolutely.
You know,
it deserves that.
So for somebody that may not ever even heard of me, if they were to look up that particular, if they were to wonder about that particular record, they'll see me.
Right.
So, but even if they don't, because you have to put in the application, then it has to be accepted or rejected. Even if they reject it,
I don't see why they would.
Well, it wouldn't matter if they did. They can't take away what I did.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, find me somebody who did it.
Exactly.
You know, find me somebody who did it and did it at the level
Right.
that we did it, and then I'll shut up after that. You know?
Now I have to go into this. I was so honored and happy to be present when the proclamation for K-Rino Day. Oh my God, K-Rino Day,
We won't
February
talk
20,
about that too much.
February 26th. I mean, that was so wonderful. No one
Yeah.
is more deserving. You should have had it a long time ago.
Well, you know,
About time.
I'd say, like I was telling Mud on our side, I mean, I think it's a lot of people that could have easily got that, you know, got the same thing. I mean, my thing is always about the whole, about all of us, you know. I don't like to be put out front in those kind of
But you
situations.
deserve that, though. You know, you do so much for the community. You know, you've been in the game for so long. You've worked so hard. 7 albums. I mean, you should have had your day. But now you have it. So.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
I'm thankful, you know, that it went down the way it went down. But I tried to keep my mind focused on just doing the work,
Right.
you know, just things like that. But
Still being modest.
you know, I mean,
You can't help it, can you?
It's a lot of deserving people. I mean, I think that they should start, and maybe they do, but I think they should start giving those proclamations not just to entertainers. You know, just start people in the community that have been doing things, and maybe they do. I'm not knowledgeable of that, but it's so many people that I know personally that don't do music, they're not in that field, but they do so much community-oriented work, and they care about people, and they work within the city, that they should get that same
They
kind of
should
love.
get that, but this is about you right now.
And some of them that I have actually learned under, you know, that helped me become whatever it is I've become.
A legend.
A
A rap legend.
I would love to see them
Rap legend.
get that shine, you know. But it was a blessing, you know.
Wow.
We back to work. You know, we back to work.
So what's next for you? You got the Big 7. I know you're promoting that really big. It's doing really well.
Yeah.
Great reviews.
Yeah.
All over the blogs. Check that out. So now what? I know you're doing shows and everything.
Yeah, doing shows, still recording. I do a lot of features on other people's albums, and also I'm actually working on a couple of new albums. One is the group project, the ARC project
Right.
that we're doing with everybody. We're getting ready to start that, and I'm getting ready to start on a project with a friend of mine, a producer named DLP.
Okay.
He's gonna do the beats. I'm gonna do the rapping, and probably by May or something like that, that'll be ready. So you know,
Awesome.
it's back in the lab,
That's right. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Before you go, what can you tell the up-and-coming artist? What bit of this legendary knowledge could you give an up-and-coming artist that's trying to follow in your footsteps?
Well, you know, the best advice I can give you is to don't follow 100% in my footsteps, because I made a lot of mistakes coming up. Learn the business. I say that all the time, you know. God blessed you with the talent.
Right.
You know, that's automatically instilled in you, but learn the business of music, so that way you'll be able to reap the benefits of your talent, and somebody else won't be feeding their children for generations off of what you built.
Right.
So just if you out there listening, man, you know, okay, you can rap, you can sing, you can do all this different stuff, but you can write. But if you're a writer, you need to know about publishing. You need to know about copyright. You need to know about how to read a contract, how to make sure you have a team in place, lawyers, managers, all these different things that people are working within your best interest. That way, you are equipped on the front end, and if you come in well equipped on the front end, then you'll be all right on the back end. So don't just get caught up in the show and all that. You're gonna get that.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, that gets old when you realize that you are known and famous, but you ain't got no money.
What did you say at that one speech at AutoZone?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you working at you stocking at Target, you know, which is nothing wrong with
Right,
that.
but you're selling all these
if
records.
you sold 1 million records, it is. So at the end of the day, just
so true.
learn the business. Learn the business.
Great
and
advice.
educate yourself. and make sure that you try to, on the artistic side, keep yourself relevant. Speak on topics that are timely, that are related to what's going on in the world, and that way you stay around. Don't be influenced by the trends and the fads that are out, because those things come and go.
That's right.
And if you immerse yourself 100% into the wave of what's trending right now, when that trend plays out, you wash out with it. So be original, be yourself, and learn the game.
Legendary advice. Got to take that. So if somebody wants to go and get the Big 7, how can they find you? How can they get the album?
You can go iTunes and get it. If you want the digital copies, if you want physical copies, just email me at spckrino@aol.com, and I'll send you an order form that will tell you how to get it directly from us on the website. But iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, any of the digital outlets you can get the music from.
Go get the Big 7. Yeah. Treat yourself. It's legendary, classic music. It's fire. So, well, thank you so much, K-Rino, for being here.
Anytime.
It's been a pleasure. Can't wait for you to come back.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I shall return. Like Muhammad Ali say, I shall return.
Alrighty, and thank you for tuning in to Fame Train TV. I'm here with the Wizard.
Yeah.